Guys, don't miss this trading week. Some huge trades within the sticker symbols. We're about to review them in general. So welcome to week 5 of the earnings season 2024. We're talking about the dates from February 19th through February 23rd, 2024. So Monday, clearly the market is closed. But don't miss out trading futures on the 19th. The markets will be moving. Ton of stuff happening overseas, which will be moving the futures market. So don't miss out trades on gold futures, oil futures, NASDAQ futures, Russell futures. All these futures are going to be running Monday, even though overall the markets are closed. You can trade options on those futures with 30 market moves. If you don't know how to trade options on futures on a day when market is closed, these are the under the radar opportunities that at times are easy 5x, 10x, 20x type opportunities. So don't miss Monday, what appears to be a closed market. You could be making a ton of money on trading options on futures. Now, Tuesday, the 20th, earnings kick off with Walmart. Walmart, not so long ago, announced a 3-for-1 split. We take it as an indication of a stock topping. Don't expect a great report from Walmart. Expecting the stock to drop possibly 6-7% after the earnings report. Not necessarily without bouncing first. Home Depot, same thing. It's retailers. Retailers are beginning to report. The report for Home Depot cannot be a good one. Now, considering probably the lower expectations already, you could have a bad report under which the stock could still temporarily go higher. But you know the strategy, you want to short the bounces. Expeditors, the chart looks like shit. Easy drop possible. MIDD, guys, normally doesn't move a whole lot, but not in not so distant past, this stock has been able to pop and drop by as much as 10-15 points in a single trading session. So there could be a decent sized move in MIDD, so don't miss it. SEDG, as you know, this is one of the top 3 solo stocks that we put together some killer trades in 2023 when it was trading between $200 and $300, and now the stock is like 60s, 70s. Recently, all the solo stocks, they had quite a bit of a move higher, considering that ENPH moved up close to 20% within a single trading week. And SEDG could follow suit here. But any bounce in a solo stock will be short-lived, because at times of inflation, these stocks, they don't do well. So as a matter of fact, when you hear the word inflation, the first thing you should be thinking of is solo stocks are going to drop. Okay, so this is a simple trade book, trade plan. As far as solo stocks, inflation equals solo stocks lower. So when they go temporarily higher, when they bounce, this is an ultimate entry opportunity on solo stocks. So if these things bounce after the earnings report, I mean, it's a great shorting opportunity that lies on the stock of SEDG here. Now, PANW, guys, that's Wall Street's favorite in the cybersecurity space, but the stock is already at the moon, trading currently at around 360, 370 a share. So the report needs to be good. Expectations are going to be high. So PANW, colossal trade could be 5-10 extra trade after the stock reports, but not before. CHK, Chesapeake Bay, guys, don't move a whole lot, but the options are really cheap. So this one could still do an easy 3x. TOL, Toll Brothers, it's home builder. Home builders have not done good, and considering we're officially in a full-blown crash worldwide as far as multiple areas of real estate, but for the first time, for example, if we look at situations state by state, if we go back and study the history of all the real estate top related crashes, there's always a few states that outperforming on the sizes of the drops of their real estate valuations, such as normally the state of Florida or Arizona or California and stuff like that, guys. Housing market is going to fucking crash, and we're seeing the early innings of it. So if you were to do like a 2-year options on something and you were to just hold them, if you wanted to pick a stock that would go from like $100 to $5, well, this is it right here. Toll Brothers trades at 105. This is going to be a $5 stock 2 years from now. So you can do something crazy. You can buy like options on Toll Brothers, or for that matter, you can go with HOV right here, which is another home builder. So these two home builders, okay, based at the chart at the very, very top, we're to get numbers where properties are overvalued historically by 30-40% in state like Florida. But for the first time, we're seeing an increase in inventory, such as some counties in Florida have recently gone, in the last 24 months, they've gone from available homes for sale like 600 to 3,000 now. So we have not seen this since the time frame closer to the 2007 levels, 2008 levels. So we are on the verge of a major crash in all of these stocks. Like the big trade we've nailed, the first building company was reporting earnings was DH Horton. The stock drops 20 points within like 2 days. So these stocks could make big moves, and the trade is not on the call side. The trade is on the short side. All these, the HOVs also trading above $100. I mean, all of these stocks, fast forward 2 years from now, they're going to be at like $5-10. So these are easy trades for those of you guys that want to be patient, but want a short trade. You want a short trade, all these home building stocks, they're going to shit for multiple reasons, which we're not going to discuss in this video. I'm going to just post a separate video on home building stocks and the easiest strategy of all times, how to short them. But they're definitely all shorts. WIX, not expecting anything good for WIX because, well, call it, it's sort of a competitor. Shopify had shitty report, and you know the market is so saturated, right? It's not like where 10 years ago when Shopify was starting out and this WIX came along, and I mean these stocks, there everybody has some kind of website, everybody sells some kind of thing online these days, and for them to put up competitive numbers like quarter after quarter, or going back the comparisons to the times were during COVID, they'll never hit those kind of numbers again. So for that reason, it's an easy drop for these stickers. RGN, that's biopharmaceutical. This one looks actually good. This one's got potential to run higher. Wingstop, well, every restaurant company outside of McDonald's has actually gone up during this earnings season, but Wingstop historically doesn't do what the rest of the restaurant stocks like CMG, for example. It does the actually opposite of that. So there's a higher probability this stock will be dropping after the earnings report. NVIDIA is clearly the biggest earnings report probably of 2024 that everybody's going to be waiting for. And considering what happened to the shares of SMCI, this 75x trade that we've nailed on Friday, guys, we're not expecting anything good for NVIDIA unless it sells off over the course of next 2 days. So maybe it cannot sell off Monday, but so let's say NVIDIA sells off on Tuesday, and let's say NVIDIA sells off hugely on Wednesday before it goes into the earnings report. Those are the only conditions to actually stay bullish on NVIDIA. So the simplest strategy, and by the way, it's a simple strategy, but in no shape or form will it put together 75x trade for you, okay, because certain conditions need to be met for those type of trades. By the way, NVIDIA has not run up nowhere nearly as much as SMCI did. And the reason we're drawn in this parallel is SMCI, officially out of all semiconductor stocks, have run up the most. NVIDIA would not even be in the second place or the third place. So considering that, yes, it is at highly elevated levels. Yes, it's trading at $726. The conditions to actually go bullish on this earnings report, if on Tuesday and Wednesday it drops to like 650. So the options are going to be overpriced. You can easily do probably a 2x or 3x trade by shorting NVIDIA Tuesday morning, because there is a probability it's going to do something similar to what SMCI did, and that is a move lower and move lower into the earnings report, it would actually be very healthy. And so if Nvidia goes into the earnings report instead of 726 at around 650, which all that is yet to be seen, right? It may just maybe drop only slightly to 700, but the conditions to be bullish on that earnings report, if it does sell off strongly into the earnings report, if it runs up higher, let's say I'm wrong that it's going to do exactly what SMCI did over the course of the last trading session, right? Let's say Nvidia actually pumps. If they keep pumping it, if you see Nvidia go into the earnings report at a level around 800 or close to it, that would be a reason to stay short into the earnings report. So a lot of it depends. As a trader, you can't just be looking at this, wow, is it going to be a good report? Is it going to be a bad report? Nobody gives a shit. Everybody already knows the report is going to be good. Now, two questions to consider is how good is the report? Considering that the expectations are so fucking high, okay, is the report going to be so out of this world that even the highest expectations that have been set are still going to be blown out of the water, and probably that is not going to be the case. Considering how hyped up this name has been, even though if the report beats on earnings, beats on revenues, and beats on the guidance number, there is a chance that at some point the stock will still sell off before it will resume a move higher. So, not to discount the fact that, oh shit, since the expectations are so elevated, if there is any possibility it's going to miss on one of these numbers, oh shit, it's going to get ugly. But it won't get ugly because for too long, because they're going to say, wow, Nvidia missed a little bit. Oh, this is a perfect opportunity to buy the dip, and they're going to buy the fucking dip again. So pay close attention to two things, right? The easiest thing is not to guess what exactly is going to be in the report. The easiest thing is to watch the behavior. If they're selling for 2 days straight into the Nvidia report, you buy calls. If it goes higher for 2 days, going to like 800 level, you're much better staying on the short side. So watch the behavior. It's the behavioral pattern of what institutions are ready to do in the next 72 hours is what's going to tell you what is going to be a better side to trade Nvidia, on the call side or the put side. Etsy has actually set itself apart from companies like Shopify and Wix. So this one could be a controversial, whether we pretty much 100% certain that Wix is going to drop. We're not certain whether Etsy, depending on the number, it's going to drop. Like this is an easy case for a short. Etsy is a bit of a harder case for a short side, but it could definitely still drop. Ideal would be if it first pumps and we short to bounce on this one. Churchill Downs, guys, all of the gambling stocks, they have been dropping after initially popping. It should be no difference for Churchill Down. ANSS, that stock is ripe for a drop, and this is a beautiful chart, so keep an eye on this one. This could be an easy 10x plus trade, as well as in this one. Guys, this is probably the favorite right here out of all the reports, because nobody's going to be paying attention to CSSNPS. Everybody's going to be paying attention to Nvidia. So this stock is going to get very little coverage, but this trade right here on SNPS will blow the trade out of Nvidia by 10, 20 times. There is a chance of that. So I would rather focus on trading SNPS, watch Nvidia until after it reports earnings, and much easier trade again on Nvidia is you short it on Tuesday and Wednesday, you close the position before it goes into the earnings report, and that's it. You don't have to make things more complicated, okay? And instead of shorting Nvidia, you can focus on doing something, and it doesn't matter whether you bull or bear on Nvidia, fuck it, that's not what matters. What matters is how will you trade it? And clearly options is going to be overhyped. Anytime you go in a situation when options are overpriced, you're not going to put together 10, 20x. But on this one, yes, trade this one with a 13 market moves coach, because this one could go 20x, 30x. ROG, this one, we see a little bit of opportunity based on the chart. So this could be an interesting trade. Maybe not a 20x, but we see a 5x opportunity on ROG. On Mercado Libre, I got it with a question mark because different sources point to it's not sure whether it's going to report earnings on Wednesday or not. But if this is the case, this is a company that has run up substantially. Nothing similar to like we've seen SMCI or anything like that, but this this could be an interesting report where the stock could move to the magnitude of 150 points on the report. So definitely you want to keep your eyes on MELI, Mercado Libre, guys. This could be a huge trade right here. Now, considering gas prices at all-time lows, moving to Thursday report of LNG, they refused to sell natural gas to Europe at these bullshit price levels. So this could be an interesting stock that could make a big move. Now, historically, just so you know, it doesn't make a move of over $8 in either direction. And this could be a report that could be interpreted by the market participants. Well, hey, natural gas prices are so low. Maybe this is the worst that we have seen. And from here forward, this would be the name to buy, considering that there is a strong case for gas prices to go higher from here. mRNA has been beat up since the beginning of the year, okay? It was one of the best performing stocks on the first trading day of 2024 because it had a major upgrade by one of the Wall Street analysts. It popped up almost 20 points on the first day of trading, but since then the stock has done absolutely nothing. So could the stock be revived? Well, not expecting anything huge out of mRNA, but depending exactly on what kind of guidance it gives us, there could be something here. There could be an opportunity for a big trade. And guys, if it drops initially, this is the one that you want to be buying the dip because every time it goes into the 70s, 77, 83, around that level, that's a good area to be buying this thing. Wayfair, guys, it's associated with China. This is one of these plays that, you know, you want to stay away from. The stock at the current levels can move 7 to $8 in either direction, but I don't see any huge 10-20x trade that lies within this one. But none the case, we will be watching the earnings report on this. HOE, we've covered this. It's a home builder. Short the fuck out of home builders. INTU, this stock always moves. Most of the time it moves to the upside. So if it dips, you buy calls on this. BKNG, guys, expecting a huge colossal drop, even though this is the leading stock. This is probably the best of the best as far as travel sector. But every travel stock that has reported has dropped, okay? And every stock has dropped by different percentage amounts, such as Expedia almost drops over 20%. But we have Airbnb only drops 7-8% and stalls and doesn't go lower. BKNG, in response to both of those reports, lost anywhere from 100 to 150 points. So expect a huge move. Like, guys, this is not, because of the way the options are going to be priced, this is not going to be an SMCI kind of trade. But this stock, as far as points, it could drop 280 points. And now initially it could bounce, so we could see even combined move to the downside of over 400 points on this one. So it's an easy 10x trade if you nail your entry. So this is definitely the stock to trade on Friday morning. You don't necessarily want to touch this ahead of the earnings report. I may post a separate video on this one, depending on what the chart will do over the course of the next couple of trading days here. Square is in the doghouse. You don't have to complicate shit, just short it. Carvana, that's another one, guys. That should be an easy trade. We're expecting a move 4 out of Carvana. In a move 4, something initially drops and they buy the dip. We have seen it with every. I mean, this is how predictive some of these moves are. We have seen a move 4 with every out of sales related company, beginning with GPI, Group 1 Automotive, AutoNations, they're buying the dip. You've got CarMax, they're buying the dip. So initially, all of these companies drops. Like, look at the chart of LAD or Lithium Motors. Initially drops 20 points and then it bounces 20 points. It's a fucking move 4. So expect the same out of Carvana. Pan used to be Penumbra. That's actually a medical company, guys. This one does have a historic statistical levels of dropping up to $20 in one trading session. So this is a good trade right here. However, not every time does it trade weekly options. So if you look at the monthly contract, that's going to decrease the type of profits you might see. But again, this is the stock that does have a history of making big moves around earnings. The crazy part, you don't want to buy any calls or puts on Penumbra ahead of the report. You want to wait, because in 90% of the cases, if it pops, it's going to reverse lower. If it drops, it's going to reverse to the upside. So pay close attention to what it does. Normally, after the earnings report, you're looking at it like, man, it doesn't do anything. So it's going to open the day after the earnings report pretty close to where it goes into the earnings report, and only after that the big move is going to happen in this stock. So you want to wait. You want to wait till Friday morning to trade PEM, and this could be a huge trade right here. PODD, based on the chart, looks like it's ready for at least a slight drop. OLED, it's a Chinese related play, okay, but it defies the laws of gravity. This is the only Chinese related stock that's been defying the laws of gravity. Chart's pretty bullish, but historically, a bullish chart in this name spells out a disaster. A 30-point drop possible here. Berkshire Hathaway report on Friday, so not trading it, no options in that, but definitely watching closely to what's going to be said on the earnings call. Phemex could be an interesting trade. Not so long ago, the stock, basically it's Coca-Cola of Mexico, normally doesn't move a whole lot, but on occasion it does produce a decent sized move, so and options are going to be super cheap, so it could be a good opportunity if you're trading with a small trading account. AGM, LAMBR, CLMNT, okay, these are not common stocks that we would normally trade, but we're going to be watching them as there's not a whole lot of earning reports that are interesting to watch on Friday. So all of these, including LAMR, this could be actually a decent trade. CLMT, it trades in the teens, but historically this stock does really well when oil prices go sideways, so this could be a very good report. And in terms of percentage, CLMT could move by as much as 10% in the earnings report, 10-20% at times, so this could be a cheapie that could actually put a 5x in your pocket, guys. So if you got any questions about any of these stickers, guys, contact 13mmtv.com to schedule a coaching session absolutely free by clicking the big orange button, guys. There's some home runs here. The market is going to be moving outside of everything that we've discussed here, since these are the companies that will be reporting earnings, guys. Everything matters when you trade them, okay? Your entries, your exits, your expirations, your strike prices, all of that stuff, all of these ingredients, if you will, they determine whether your trade will go 5x, 10x, or 30x. And if you want to nail some of these big fucking trades, strongly recommend it to trade it with a 13 Market Moves coach. Don't attempt this shit on your own. The easiest way is to understand, for example, how to trade a move for is to sign up and trade with the 13 Market Moves coach after you've taken the 13 Market Moves course. So with that said, guys, huge trading week ahead. Again, don't forget to trade options on futures on Monday, as most of the traders will be still waiting for the first report. We will already be making money on Monday trading futures, guys. So with that said, don't miss a huge week of trading, guys. There's a couple of Super Bowl type of trades that I have not discussed in that video that I may shed some light over the course of the next few videos. So don't miss the next few videos. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's roll. Call 13 Market Moves coach today if you want to catch a 20x trade this week. Let's roll.